Okay, folks, and here we are in Battlestar Galactica, the Pegasus version, and we are in the process of building our little fleet of fighters, now that I remembered how to do all this. This is a very, very large ship. It's at least three. Let's see here. We'll do the dimensions of this thing. The last ship was like a fourth of everything here. This is four, literally, and so, in some cases it's 10 times bigger. Okay. You see? You can even got windows. That's right. Guns. Lots of them. And we even got hangar bays, so we're gonna go there too. So yes, and to show you the fighters that are getting made, we are having little Cylon fighters getting made. We got 6 of them in each there. Oh, and little bit of controversy regarding this game. The developer actually made a really retarded post, and it shows you the hubris and, shall we say, scamminess sometimes of certain people to lie to their end users. See, I knew that this game had been out for a long time, okay? I actually, before I go buy a game, I look up these kinds of things. I look up when it was in alpha, beta, you know, all that jazz. And before there was a thing called early access, this game was already out in 2014, okay? So here's the developer sitting there in 2020 on Steam making a post about what was it? 3 years of development on, from 2017, and even YouTube is falling in for this bullshit. And the proof, when I'm done this stream, I'm gonna pin a link, okay, showing a YouTube video from 2014 of a lad doing his first episode of Run with Avorion, okay? Which means, and this was in the summer of 2014. The game was already out before that, and you could probably slide it back to 2013, okay? And this is where I'm you know, and you know what the last update was for this game? A language update. Like, and you know what that tells me? He's run out of English suckers to just kind of pull in on this. It's like every time he wants a little bit of money, he does a little tiny thing. You know? That's why early access is evil, okay? And Steam's supposedly cutting down on these guys that are using this thing as a cash cow to just rip people off, right? Now, this is a pretty complete game. It's kinda, okay? The story's just, it's trash, really. It really is. Big deal. You got to go to the center. We all know you got to build up and go to the center. Okay, once you're in the center, who cares, right? The big creature in the middle, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, turn this bit off. You kill it and you get like lots of loot. Okay, if you follow along the little missions and story, you get these little purple things that can get you, extra mods and things. But other than that, most people don't even care to, we're playing it from a role-playing kind of thing where you're in a live world where, so today, and just to show you how much I know this guy knows me, for sticking up for people, right, and whatnot. I decide, you know what, I'm going to go over to his server, and he's got 20 people on there. I'm going to pop in and do some multiplayer fun, right? Within 5 minutes, boom, you've been disconnected from the server. You don't like me at all, You don't like the truth, Like, why are you lying? Why would you lie about that? It's so easy to find out. This is the kind of thing that you should never do as a developer, okay? You know, it makes people question whether to even deal with you. You know, it's sad. It's really sad. You know, this guy, like, and back then he was bragging that his partner in this development of a game was a musician. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, what is this, a copyright troll event? You know, that's why you get no music or whatever from this, right? There's no bloody way I would even try it. I'm not into this. I got 700 plus videos plus a whole crap load of lives lately, and you notice I can actually say I don't have any claims, right? And one of the reasons is that I play games where they aren't trolly usually. But anyway, let's whew, this ship is humongi. It turns fast though. Woo. Woohoo! There it goes. Hyperspace. How is everybody on a Sunday? Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about is I was in another guy's channel there, and that idiot whom had gone into the live chat with me and other people. There was a live chat where they were discussing cults, okay? And I want to get back to this, okay? And what the thing being here is that I don't remember exactly how this thing got changed into something political. Well, the guy started going on about Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. He's such a, this, that. And I'm like, we're playing video games, or we're discussing something totally irrelevant to that, right? What's this got to do with anything? And that was my first comment to the guy. And then it was like, listen, man, you just made a statement that's false. It's the same kind of way that you're doing it that a cult does indoctrination and propaganda. And he just starts freaking on me, calling me a piece of shit and everything else, right? I just said, fuck you, and laughed, right? So I then go and I get the actual video that's all over the mainstream media of Trump saying, yeah, I woke up in the morning and, told them to fire a missile at this guy. And what you find out, even if you look a little further into it, he actually signed an order for that 6 months ago, giving conditions for that kind of a strike. He didn't ask Congress. He didn't take it to committee, Like, give me a break, And it's one of those things where, so I call the guy a liar, right? So here he is. I guess I posted on Twitter, some of the people that I deal with and help out, and I want to, help them grow and stuff like that. And I do a lot of that, okay? And so what happens is, I guess this clown is probably following me, and I should go and check my list and just block the idiot and all his friends, okay? Because I'm just sick and tired of their stupid drama. And I guess he shows up and gets out his console because he doesn't have a PC worth shit, right? I mean, he hasn't made a video in 2 months himself, and he gets on there and he starts yipping and yakking politics again in my buddy's stream and a fellow Canadian stream again. It's the same bullshit, and it's why, Cross Comics, if you're listening, it's why I haven't spoken a word about you or for you, because you made that idiot a mod on your channel. Okay, I refuse to deal with you. Okay, if you're dealing with somebody like that. Okay. Let me ask you all this, eh? Do you think, first of all, let's just play pretend here, that there was a guy one time, and somehow he managed to get 150 hacker groups in 68 countries to get it together and have a little bit of a association or something. Do you think that would be possible if I stood up and just started jumping up and down going, Canada, 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 or USA, USA? Do you think that would happen? Because it wouldn't, okay? You have to learn how to deal with people, and these people don't. And then he started bothering this U.S. veteran that was playing with them, eh? And it was like you could tell the guy was kind of annoyed that this guy's like bugging him about wars and different shit like that. Like if you've ever actually been in a war, you really don't want to freaking talk about it afterwards. It's one of those things, okay? This guy's using that guy for his agenda, whatever the hell it is, right? And it's in gaming, and I don't like that. That's just disgusting, okay? And you know, if you're listening, you know who I'm talking about because I'm not going to mention any further names, right? Then you know, okay? You know what I'm talking about, okay? I don't tune in to watch biographics, right? Which is like biographies on people, and have the guy sit there talking about Donald Trump the whole 20 minutes, okay? You understand that there's themes to all this shit, right? You want to play Firewall and have a good video game? Do it. Do it without politics, though. And then the guy was making some comment where then he turns around and says, well, you know, and what I just said wasn't racist. Oh, huh, really? Let's revisit that, shall we? You know? He's going to get you in trouble. And you know who I'm talking about and whom, right? Okay? And he's already, and then that Mr. Brady shows up, who's been causing trouble with Stevie DVD, and gives him a like, right? And I'm like, this is where you got to put the foot down, guys, and just kind of do your own thing and hang out with people that are a lot more chilled and are not going to cause you any drama. It takes a while sometimes when you're at the bottom of the barrel when you're doing these things, okay? I've got the experience of knowing how to deal with them, number one, how to, you know, how to tell what a troll is, all this jazz. Dun, 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 dun. I should pull up the VLC and put an old episode in there and just give like 2 seconds, whenever I go into a war or a battle. Just to give you a little idea of, oh, there we go. We got both there. Okay, let's make another squad. I think I can get like 8-10 squads of fighters. Right? You want to see what this looks like? This is so cool, guys. You got to see this shit. Okay, so I hit the space bar. I go like that. I go defend. Check it out, man. If you zoom in, see? They're little Cylon fighters. That's so cool, man. Little Cylon fighters, man. Yep. Let's return those now. And you can see where they are when you hit your shift key. Buzzing around. I told them to defend. You can make minor ones. They'll go and they'll mine shit for you and all this other stuff. Like this game is it's cool. I would like to do a version of this game without it being voxelized. And that would be called Star Citizen version 2. the one that didn't need a Kickstarter. Come on in, boys. So you go like this. Oh, I can't zoom in that way. Get in, everybody. There he goes. Like little bees buzzing around my ship. I guess I should start another squad, eh? Let's rename this one. We'll call that 1. New squad, number 3. Yep, number 3. Okay, I take another squad. We'll rename that 4. Oh, wait. Call it 4. And then what you do is you take one of these, and you drag it over here, and it will just begin making it. If you do this, and you have this on, you don't need that on. And what I do is I drag another one over here. Actually, I should put that on. And then turn this on. There we go. and it will begin making the fighters. And so what you can do is you could have 4 wings of fighters, right? And then you could have like miner guys and like salvagers, right, who go after craft you destroy. And how do you do that? Well, you go to a fighter place and you build what you want. It's kind of neat that way. I'll show that before I leave the stream. I like the old Battlestar Galactica. The tune was better. The acting was more fun. Everything seemed more fun, right? You know what I think it is too? It's when actors and musicians, they don't have a lot of money and they're striving to get that money. It's like junior hockey versus the NHL. I like watching junior hockey because those guys are trying their best because they know that then they can get into the NHL where they make the big money. It's like that process before and after. Once it's all commercialized and garbage, you get the lawyers move in and say, well, how can we make the most return on investment? Well, we'll just do the bare minimum and just everybody else in the industry will do the same thing, and therefore they'll have no choice but to suck in this content. Yeah. Anyway, rants aside, that was just how my night went, and I was just like, I didn't say a comment while during the live. I left the comment after. I says no politics in my video games, right? And I just left the comment after the chat, after the thing, right? I'm not going to start stirring up drama where some guy could say, oh, you're harassing me or you're bugging me or some BS like that. Because it seems to me that this individual is going around to all the streams that I go to try and get me worked up where I then will do something about it. Okay? And I'll say this. It's not going to fly. Okay? What has ended up happening, okay? And this is what has happened in the past every single time. Someone starts bugging me, okay? And I mentioned something about it, and one of my buddies goes and takes care of things, right? And doesn't tell me, okay? So therefore I have not only plausible deniability, okay? You know, something happens to someone else, and it's like, you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't like people. You should just never, ever start drama with people. It's just, it never ends well, period. There's always BS about it, okay? And when you have friends, those friends get pissed when people start messing with people, okay? And think about it. If I'm not lying, that means there's a lot of people out there that might just owe me a favor, right? And I might not even need to ask for it. I mean, even in real life, that's happened, okay? Someone tried jumping me down at the corner here one time, right? 2 days later, after I asked a friend of mine, he pulls up in a car with a shotgun telling people to leave me the freak alone. That's crazy shit. I says, whoa, buddy. Ease up there, Kimosabe. You don't need to cause a nuclear war over things, buddy. I was like, you know, and that's because I'm a good guy. And I'm not a drug dealer. I'm more or less a retired hacker now, right? I don't do any of this stuff anymore. I just play games and I want to make games and stuff and have fun. And people pick up on that, you know? I mean, even the hookers in the neighborhood think I'm a good guy. That's pretty nasty, isn't it? This is awful. It's just awful, isn't it? You know, when everybody in the neighborhood loves you. It's hard then to pick on you, isn't it? That's another point to make, you know. Anyway, I'm not as bothered as people might think about all that because I'll get over it. I'll be done in this in a day. I can guarantee you other people will be talking about it for a week. It's just hilarious. I went back and I watched some of these people that I used to hang out with in that live stream about the cult, and they're just bringing up silly things about weird things. Right? And they don't understand how search engines work either, obviously. I gotta say that. The one guy was yakking about he typed his name in, and then the next thing from the search was the word curse, not realizing that he was making a board game with it had all kinds of uh, fantasy words and items in it, and that's what's recent. So it came up that way, and he's all, "What the hell?" Once again, another person who doesn't understand how things work. You know, it's just it gets that's the one thing that's frustrating, right? I mean, how many times do you have to tell somebody something before they get it in their thick brains how something works, right? And there are some people who they should just stay quiet about things like that, because these are what we call boomers, right? They have no idea how technology works. They're so-called artists who all they want to do is get online here and just stuff it's not even art anymore when you just continually try and stuff it in my face and sell it to me, right? And then you're selling it at a price that's stupid, overpriced. So the people that are buying things off you, we call them whales. And you take advantage of the disabled people that are around you to do it. And that's why I was watching these people, okay? Because I swear on my grandmother's grave, if I find out that they are taking advantage of people, that's when you'll see the real me. Okay? That's another next level creepy thing, right? There's a whole bunch of these people on YouTube that are doing things like that, and it's not right. Okay? And anyway, how we doing on our little space fleet here? It's getting there. Just wait till the next. See, now I got enough little ships here. This is just craziness. I'll show you when this happens. Okay, M. We'll go over here. God, this ship is big. Big. I actually ended up running into it. Until I got used to driving it around, I was like running into the stations and everything else. You know, I should do those things online, because that's actually funny. It's like, ooh, whoops, sorry. Have little sound effects pop up and everything. Anyway, we'll take a break and see who's showing up here in the chat. And I noticed a few people were starting to have some problems with some people around, and you know, people acting up and stuff like that. And you know, we should be getting together in a Discord, a bunch of us, and just play games with each other and do things that way, because then you don't have to put up with the yahoos. They got nothing better to do than to try and get a rise out of you, and if it bugs you, then they'll keep doing it. Okay, and that's the thing you need to realize. Oh, jeez, eh? We'll take that guy. You're dead. Get out of the way. Come on. There we go. Okay, that's two of them down. Should we launch some fighters? Yeah, there's not enough of them. Oh, get out of the way there. That's right, drive right in front of me, fool. Get out of the way. There. The boss is in the neighborhood. Urgh. Oh yeah, that's right, drive right in front of me. What's with these people? Grrr. Grrr. Shakes the screen. Hurry up. He's gonna park right in front of me like a moron. Artificial intelligence wants to be irritating. Alright, I want that blue thing, whatever it is. Yeah, that's another thing this thing has, is scrap. Or cargo space, so I can like clean up on these guys, right? So like if I made some salvage fighters, I could send them out and they'll pick that ship apart until it's just pieces. Which is kind of cool too. This is an end game. This is the end game ship. You go to the center with this sucker when you got it fully outloaded with weaponry, and you just go, ha 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 ha, I win. Then you get into building space stations. You get into building your little fleets. Imagine having 10 of these, because you can do that. You can have, and you have 10 of them floating around with you in space. Imagine the battles with that, and then you have those 40 fighters from each ship. Like I think you can have 10, so that's 100 per ship. So 1,000 fighters and 10 of these guys. That's one player. Woo! Yeah, you don't want to be streaming shit like that though. That'd be just whoa. Yeah. Yeah, but you at least you try, you know. Yeah. And yes, retired as in I'm doing other things. I'm doing game development and software development with an actual Blender developer, helping doing other things. And this, if you want to go, you can go back and you can look at one of Chester's streams about cults, and you'll see exactly where I just said, F that, okay? And you can see what Model does every time he goes into a stream and starts talking about Donald Trump. It gets bloody annoying, especially when he lied about what Trump said. And I don't know why he did it. I don't care. I called him out on it, and then he started calling me a piece of shit. You know, fuck that guy. He's a moron. You know, he does nothing for anybody in the world, okay, but stir up shit. Him and Dillard do that. That's why I took Dillard off my thing. I sat there in another stream with these guys because somebody had tried to say, or asked me earlier in the year when War Campaign was bugging a bunch of these guys to start protecting them. Well, I had my people go and in amongst them, right, and more or less make peace, and some of them were still being bothered, so I talked to a couple of them, right? Oh, we're talking about other stuff, SB, at this point. And then I'm talking in that channel, and then Dillard's trying to stir it up some more. You know, and I know. So did I. I left it too. I gained 30 or 40 subs within the next 2 days. You know. And I get along with some of those guys in that War Campaign. They're actually not that bad. They're a little, you know, some of them are a little off in the brain about what they want to do for humor, but they only do it because it's getting a rise out of people. Once you stop being bothered by it, they stop doing it. I was trying to tell people that, but they don't get it either. But anyway, that was that was a while ago. But what Model's done is he's trying to go around to other streams where I hang out in gaming. He's going to find hardcore that won't fly. Okay, that won't fly because he went into a fellow Canadian who wants to you know, go on a little road trip tour with a bunch of us this summer, and started going on about politics last night. I sat there and I didn't say a word. I didn't go into the chat. I just sat there, and then when the stream was over, I said, I don't want politics in my bloody games. And then I'm going to talk to this guy and say, look, I know you're younger, but trust me, okay? When it comes to gaming, you want to leave that shit out of your games. That's just one of those things, Brett. You know, like, and you know, there was a little rumor going around that somebody in that little circle of Chesters there was taking advantage of some disabled people and to buy these so-called crap comics, and you know, and that's another reason why I started watching them a little more, right? And I will say this. If I find out Dillard's taking advantage of, you know, Cross Comics, because I know Cross he's a nice guy, but he's not the sharpest T on the little, you know, whatever. If I find out he's taking advantage of him, well, listen, he just shows up every time I go into a stream and then starts yakking, okay? It's because he wants, I don't know why he does it, really. Okay, first of all. Second of all, it's this, I'm in Canada, okay? I don't have this need to be political, number one. Number two, and number three, Trump has done things that are good, and he's done a lot that's fucking stupid. And I call him on it. This guy is so pro-Trump, right, that he does not, he's brainwashed that he does not want to hear that, okay? He sat there and said, this is his quote, Trump did not have the power to fire those missiles at that Iranian guy. And the problem is that it was all over the news how Trump got up and said, yeah, and I ordered the missile strike. And then you find out 6 months before that, he signs an order about circumstances that will allow them to fire the missile. So I called Model a liar about it. And then he calls me a piece of shit and starts yapping off. And I can't get into the chat, right, into this conversation because I'm just in the chat. I'm not in the live stream, right? Chester loves this shit because it brings drama to his channel. Everybody's going, what happened, eh? Like, you know, I know, it's retarded. So what I did was I just said, F this. I went away for a day, came back, posted a video on one of Model's channels about what the president actually said. Okay? Enough said. That was it. And now, a week later, he's popping up inside of one of my gaming buddies' channels. Right? So, there is in politics, man, you're going to learn as you get older if you're right in the head, okay? All of these politicians, okay, they're only out for their own agenda. They will tell you and me and every little guy what we want to hear, and when they get elected, they get a chunk of change and they do what they're told by their party. Okay, that's why Bernie got screwed around. That's why, all this. If you look at Ukraine, all I see there is both parties being politically corrupt. It's what they do to every country. The United States goes in there and they just mess with the country. Okay, it's just an opinion, though. By and large, though, over time, you've done a lot more good than bad. No one's perfect. And that's why I give Trump a bit of a pass sometimes, right? Honestly. But he does stupid shit, you gotta call it on it. Just like if I did stupid shit, I hope somebody calls me on it. Same with you. We become better when people do that, having criticism. What's happened here is that both sides are so polar that if you criticize either side, you become evil to them. They can't handle it, right? So I just kind of went, I don't need that. Yeah, it's a mess down there. I looked into that, all that stuff down there. Wow, there are some places, like even Canada has its problems right now. Like, it's the only reason we have the Liberal government right now is because, and these NDP guys partnered up, sort of, is because there isn't a strong enough conservative movement that would actually do things for our own country. Because what happens is these conservatives just end up being butt buddies to the U.S. And the fact is, and I can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, we got screwed in this free trade deal. Okay, we had 50% more added to our copyright laws. Okay, we lost General Motors here in Canada, which is a huge employer. Okay, big paying jobs. We're still paying for electricity for almost all the northern USA at a loss. Okay, and we're giving you all that aluminum to make all those war machines down there and stuff, and we didn't get anything for that. Okay, I mean, I could go on and on about how we got boned. You can't make up the aluminum down there. If we turned off all that power, you don't have enough power down there to turn things back on. And yet he treated us like shit. Right? That's why a lot of people have the problem with him, okay? He's a bully in that sense, right? And what he's doing is he's going around bullying one group at a time. He's being smart. He's very clever. Okay, we'll bully Canada and Mexico. We get the deal there. Now we'll go at China. We get the deal there. Now we'll go at Europe. You don't make friends that way. I mean, it's obvious, right? And a couple of people that are even on the Republican side are actually starting to go scratch their head, going, "This is not good. This is not going to go good in the future." But look at the Democrat side. These people are crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, what do you do? I got evil and nut bars. Well, what am I going to vote for down there? You know? I mean, oh my lord. At least up here in Canada, we can have a protest vote and get a minority government, and they then have to actually, deal with each other. But like I said, though, I mean, I don't really care. When I talk about wanting politics out of my video games, I'm not talking about stopping bad things from happening in the world, right? There's a place to talk about things like Hong Kong and all these other places there's bad things happening, and we'd all like the world to be a better place, right? But when I'm playing a video game, that ain't one of them usually, right? But I like to get this crap out of me because then I can move on, right? Fly my little spaceship. I don't know, like as far as I'm concerned with Model Low, like whatever. It's just he does that every time he goes into a chat. It's always seriously. Go listen to any chat that clown's in. It's always about Donald Trump being such a whatever, great guy and everything else. He never does anything wrong. I mean, it would be hilarious if Donald Trump came in online and said, I'm not perfect. I've done some wrong things, but blah 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 blah. You know what? The next day, Model would be saying he's never done nothing wrong. Well, we got a fight to go. Here we go. It's just a few of them. I'll just pull these guys up. Oh, my weapons aren't working. There we go. Where are you? Gotcha. Now all my weapons are overheated. Oh, you want some, do you? Haha. I gotta set these weapons up too. The ones on the side that they're firing right now are actually on the pylons for the launch base, and you can independently target them, and then anything on the sides of me would just get automatically shot. There we go, done. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All dead. Oh, one left, two left. Ooh. Like, can you just imagine? I was talking to one guy last night about websites and stuff like that. If I actually turned on the United Hackers Association web server again, instantaneously, there's 400,000 hits a month, right? And within a while, it'd be like, I'd be getting and what would happen is, you'd have all the state actors trying to download files and different crap. That's why I don't have it on. I'm not here to arm the bloody world and cause more drama, right? Like, I remember back, the last 6 months I had the site on, it was, the U.S. military was 33% of my actual server traffic, and Saudi Arabia apparently was 15%. Those are the two biggest groups. It's like, yeah, okay. We know how that turns out, right? Right before the Iraq War, they're all trying to download password crackers for some reason. Yeah, what's the U.S. military need that shit for, right? Well, it's because you can't carry that stuff when you're going around the world. So you just download it from us. Yeah, right. Anyway. What I need is not in there. Hyperspace blocker, or thingies. Yeah, so I'm kind of sort of partnered up with this Jim Kruby. He's doing a little bit of a thing with an animated bow mannequin right now. And once we get that done, me and him are going to sit down and we're going to actually create a cinematic for YouTube, which anybody that we get to help us will actually then get one of the videos to put up on their channel, and thereby that's how they get paid, is, you know, by the traffic that will bring up. And then after that is done, this little story bit, we might go like 10 eps or 12 episodes, right? Then we might get into game development and develop a game while we can then, you know, say continue the story along the lines of that. And the neat part about that is that the animated characters that you have in the story will appear in the game, so you'll be able to have a setup like that. And you know, one of this guy's also a World of Warcraft player, and he wanted to maybe make something like that. And I says, well, why do that? Why not make it more like Warframe, where it's more open-ended 3D type, you know, not these little button powers I got to push down at the bottom all the time. Have it key-based, right? Now, I understand that console users, you know, that'd be a little more difficult for you, but, you know, we'll figure that one out maybe as it goes, right? Because two little guys, or a little team of 5 is not going to get their game on, you know, an Xbox or a PlayStation, okay? Unless, you know, I start kissing ass with Sony and Microsoft, which just, it, you know, I was around when Sony had its little rootkit. I know where it came from, okay? There were only 5 of us in the world that had that rootkit for a couple of years, and actually 4 of us, and one guy that we thought we could trust ended up not being so trustable and gave it to Sony, and then you had Sony not being able to fix it because we didn't give the guy the source code. Suckers. Once again showing intelligence. So anyway, we're going to go up here and build some more fighters. And I'll just show you how that's done. Then I'll do some research again. Anyway. Yeah, I haven't been by your channel in a while, E. I just, you know, just sort of doing my own thing and whatnot. How's Manny doing and all them, you know? Like, that's part of the... They're part of the better people I met, you know? I should get by Gary's channel, too, there. You know, I felt really bad because I kind of promised the guy I would buy one of his sketchbooks, you know? And then I ran into a roommate that just went stupid in the brain with his alcohol problem and whatever else, and him leaving a ton of billion bugs in his room and costing me 2 months of rent. And I'm just barely starting to get back above board from that moron, right? You know, that's part of the thing, right? Oh. Oh yeah, so you go like this, right? You build a fighter. You go over here, so it brings this screen up, and let me see here, workshop designs. So let's say I want to have a TIE fighter design. Wait a minute here. Let's do this. Yeah, lightning. That'd be good, eh? So then you do this, right? You go to TIE fighter design, and then you just do the speed of the thing, right? You get points to add. Like, I'm in creatives, so I'm getting the ability to do the maximum. Oh, that's maxed out. Okay. So let's see. We'll leave that at 8. 6.9. What's that do anyway? Just do it like that, 1 point there. Put some durability into the boys. Then you create it. Okay? Let me see here. What's it saying to me here? Only plans with 2... Oh, so it's too big. Okay, so I gotta find the right one. Was it this one? Wait a minute here. Where's the little TIE fighter, guys? This one? Is it this one? Maybe it's this one. Oh, I'll see here in a minute. Oh, I gotta find the right size. It's not telling me the size of the fighters. It's I'm clicking on here. So, in other words, when you're building it, you gotta use 200 blocks or less. Yeah, that looks like a fighter. Yep. So what'll happen is, wait a minute. What the hell? That's 200 blocks. Maybe. Size 8. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Let me try this. Will that work? No. It worked for that one. See, this is a little cheesy thing, too. See, you got all these little guys here. Maybe this one. Is it this guy? Let's try this one. Dun 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 dun. Let's go small here. There we go. Size 1. There is no free squad. Well, we'll make a free squad. Hold on a minute here. This out of the way. Where is it? It's down here. Free squad. There we go. Now we'll do it. That'll do it. There we go. Hold on. And then, so what you do then, you drag this back over, and it makes a blueprint for that. And now you turn these off. You turn these thingies off. All right. Oh wait, that one needs to fill in. Turn that off. Then you turn this on, and it'll start making these little guys. Ah, yeah. So anyway, I didn't even, that's the first time I said something about Model's actual name. I didn't even say a name about it, but there's another guy. It's either him or one of his friends, because I recognize the laugh from this guy, and that's and the way he carried on, and it was either him or one of his buddies that's like this. And then they bring a guy into this game, USMC, and I mean, it was like, I mean, you got half a channel in here that's Canadians, and you're bringing your politics to us. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, buddy? You shouldn't do that, because you 81% of my traffic is non-American. So if I was to sit here going USA, 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 how much of that traffic sticks around? None of it, right? I won't grow. You don't grow if you go all political. I'm just telling you. You'll go so big, and then that's it. That's it. And you know, I could go on about other people too. Like, you know, one guy was criticizing Star Wars and Doctor Who and all this other stuff. He says, I'm done with Doctor Who. That's it. Blah, 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 blah. Next week, yep, there he is, watching a Doctor Who episode and then talking about it. That's what I mean. It gets the feeling that the critics are picking up on it. Okay, and this is what's getting me, and why I distance myself a bit from certain things, is if you're only doing things to nitpick the little tiniest little problems with things, and you're constantly being negative, what's your solution? You know what my solution to all this, if Star Wars is shit, if Star Trek is shit, I'll make a game like this myself. Okay? And it doesn't need to be Star Trek. It doesn't need to be that. As long as it's fun and I enjoy it, and then some friends. I don't see people coming up with solutions. Okay? That's the problem. Okay? That people need to see. Okay? What would you do to fix it? What would you do to fix it? What are you doing to fix it? Okay? Like, that's why a lot of these little channels that do the critiquing and whatnot, they don't grow after a while. People will subscribe at first because they're angry at everything, and then they wander off. They never come back, you know? That's why it's good to see that sometimes you go and play some video games, and And while E is in the video game, he's not sitting there trying to peddle his comic book at me either, right? He might mention a friend of his comic, but that's a little different, right? That's what I mean. Like, I look at what was the guy's name? Rebel Comics. Okay, he's sitting there playing Overwatch, and 3/4 of the screen is a Niobe comic advertisement. I was like, whoa, buddy. Oh, like, really? You know what I mean? Of all the gamers to watch out there, we want to come and watch you. You know, like, I don't mean to be mean to people either. It's just honest criticism to say, hey, there's ways to do it. Become a good player, become a good whatever, and get a community around you and say, oh, by the way, I actually sell comics too on the side. And then bang, you're going to have some people probably buy some shit. Just for the nostalgia, just to say you did it, put it on the wall. Right? I mean, it's getting so bad in some ways that especially as you get closer to a U.S. election, right? This is where I start to see U.S. people and bots and, you know, creeping into chats all over the place and yammering stuff and pretending they're Canadians when they're not. I actually spent all last year for 6 months at Global News website showing, because they use Facebook as their kind of comment thing, and showing how almost 90% of the comments that pretended they were Canadians were actually Americans, even the ones that they were pretending to be Russians. Yeah, there's a lot of that goes on, and that's one thing that started waking people up too, was Americans going around pretending they're Russians and then causing shit. If you think that doesn't come back to you, you know, that's another one, right? And people aren't stupid, okay? They're really not, okay? Like, we got a better, and I'll admit it too, I'll say it. We do have a better education system up here. The statistics prove it. And it's been proving that we're getting better and better all the time. Last time I looked at this thing, we were ranked 9th or 10th in the world for reading and writing. We're 2nd in the world now. Okay? We're in the top 10 for math. We're in the top 10 for science. Okay? Canada. You know who's even higher than us for science? Vietnam. I was freaked on that one. I mean, what are they doing over there, eh? Anyway. Like, the math scores of the United States as an average people has been dropping for the last 15 years. Okay? And if that's not an indication of what the rich people want, is stupid people, okay? And both sides are doing it to you. And you know, what do you do? What do you do? Hang out with smart people for a change. Hang out with people that got brains and don't cause drama and want to have a little fun and have some humor, and you know, like, I can make fun of my own Irish race, right? I don't care if you do it either. You know? Because I know the world's better off with humor than it is with a gun in its hand. Alright? I've been in the military. I know all about it. Been there, done that. Used to bullshit up for a living. If you want to look at the longest sniper kill in the world, it's done by a Canadian that blows the second place guy away by an almost 50% range. Makes you wonder, eh? Get all the attention focused on America, and then meanwhile, guys like our special forces are sneaking around, blowing you up and shooting you from miles away. If you're bad people, we'll get you. You can run, but you can't hide. No. No. Hey, goodbye. Oh, brakes. That's the other good thing about this ship. I actually have brakes on it, kind of, sort of. Stop. Okay, turn. Whoa. be careful here. There's a lot of rocks. Oh yeah, sure. As soon as I go to use the research station, pirates come. Oh, I just ran into something there. That's why the shield went off. Oh yeah, I'll take care of this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are you firing at me, you fool? Die. These railguns are not very accurate. All my weapons are overheated. There we go. He's dead. Too far away for these weapons to hit. That's why. There we go. Ha! The Battlestar Cronus has won again. Now imagine, now here's an idea for some of you streamers, okay? Take games like this, okay, that you can do little story bits with and have a little thing in, and make like a little story that goes on. And you could have a couple of friends, you know, involved in it, and you would have little stories, but using the game, bits of games that go on, right? Like there's a big space battle in orbit, and then you play Overwatch, which is the battle on the ground or some shit. And you could do little things like that then would engage and gather people together, you know. And once again, you could do a video thing where everybody who's involved gets one of the videos up at their site, and then that breeds growth and traffic in a community, okay? And you ask yourself, well, who are you to be telling me anything to do? Well, I'm just some schmuck that took a 12-member hacker organization one day into something that had 3,700 members in 68 different countries and 150 hacker groups worldwide, and managed to keep all these people from getting in trouble with the law out there in 68 different jurisdictions. It's one of the reasons why I seem to be a little easy on learning some legal bits. Yeah. I need those TPS reports. Yeah. You remember that movie? What was it called? Oh, jeez. Where the guy with the glasses says, have you got those TPS reports for me? It has that Jennifer Aniston in it. And at the end of the movie, there's the mentally challenged guy with the big glasses. He ends up on the beach with all the money scammed from the company. It's just like, yep, uh-huh. Yep. Don't have enough of those to upgrade yet. Oh, wait here for a bit. For weapons. Might be able to get an upgrade there. What's this? This is, oh, wait a minute. We'll do that first. Do that. What's this? This is probably unarmed, yeah. So we got, more here. Good. Got in there. We got that and that. We'll do that and that. Good. Got any shielding we can do? Or power? No. The rest is just flop. Flop. I mean, you're one of the things you guys need to realize is you're talking to a guy that they've tried to set up at least 3 times in his lifetime. Okay, I'm very careful about what and who I deal with. Okay. And you know, you go through and you ask yourself, well, why would they be trying to do that? Well, that might be because of family, right? You know, not much I can do about that. That's just one of those things where there we go. Yes. Upgrades. Okay. This is off here. Okay. But anyway, I'm not worried about it. Or T's either. You know, like I say, I just I was just there because Pixel asked me to make sure to look after these people, and you know what? I'm pretty sure the war campaign people have pretty much realized that it's not worth their effort with the new rules with YouTube to be bugging these people, right? And therefore have more or less moved on. Anyone that they are still bothering, you know, why aren't you blocking these people? You know, what? I don't get that. Like, you know, this is the whole thing about how the internet. It's like the day the new rules came out. Popeye posts a tweet showing how Mike S. Miller went right to YouTube and started complaining about people, and yet a couple streams later, you see all these people all buddy in a little thing, right? It's like it's almost like they're doing that on purpose just to, you know, get traffic and drama going, you know, and it gets old quick. It gets old quick. Like, does anybody really believe Doug TenNapel is religious? No, really. I mean, I can sit here quoting the Bible too, and I'll honestly say, you know, I haven't been to a church in a long time, but I know it because of history, not so much because I'm reading it because of quote unquote faith, right? I am Christian. I was born that way. I was baptized, you know, all that jazz, right? But there's a difference between being very faithful and, you know, I don't know what you call agnostic or whatever, you know. Whether I believe or not, even, you know, is I don't care to tell anybody, you know. Like that's another point. That's that privacy thing, and that's why I'm so against what Microsoft was doing there yesterday, putting ads into WordPad. You know, they do that right after they cancel the updates to Windows 7, because a lot of people then would be migrating from 7 to Windows 10 that are a little smarter than the last of the user base, right? And thereby would be using things like WordPad and such, because you might be nervous of using the Notepad++ that you can download, because the NSA actually infiltrated the damn program and was using that to spy on people with, right? There was this whole thing about all this stuff. The virtual server software was compromised. Everything was just, it was just a time of, oh, I don't want to, what's going on here? And us hackers were sitting there about a year beforehand. You can look, and I can give you the exact website address, and you can see when I took the website down is when we discovered all this shit's going on. Years before. Nobody ever got arrested because of me. Let's put it that way. Mind you, they would leave us, take the knowledge and go and do stupid things. One guy got 20 years in an Israeli jail, got out, and they shipped him off to Cuba, apparently. Right? And I warned him, I says, you know, don't be, you know, this, you'll get caught using this because it's designed that way. People just didn't care. Stupid. It's hard, you know, and saying these things, you know, makes people nervous and stuff like that, right? And this is part of the, you know, that's why you you build your community around you so they get to know you first, and then they go, well, you know, he's just a tech guy that learned a lot of shit. And why did I learn all this? Because I was running a website back in the early 90s, and I was trying to protect it from hackers. Well, what better way to protect it than to know what they're up to by being part of a group of them? And that was the thing back then. It's the only way you would learn anything, because schools weren't teaching us. It was funny, eh? When I was in college, the networking guys all wanted me to play hacker against them so that they could learn what we were doing, you know, and all that stuff. And the teacher for that class was for it, but he said that the college would never go for it because, you know, it would look bad. And I said, yeah, but you know what? These guys would end up being the most skilled network guys ever. He said, yeah, I know, but it's just, we can't do it, right? And how would I teach people how to learn how to code and program and stuff? I was using not video games, mud games. The old Dungeons and Dragons text-based games in C++. Unreal Engine still uses C++. Guess what? That's cool, right? Now I can get into video games. Right? I don't need to be, you know, doing any of the rest of that stuff anymore. I'm getting too old for that shit. That's a young man's game, right? And if you get caught and you go to prisons, you deserve it, okay? You're doing stupid things. You're doing the wrong thing. You just are. I mean, when I became president, okay, of this little whatever organization, okay, an American gave me, I don't know, it was something like 100 million credit cards. The Chinese gave me a list of 80 different illegal banned chemicals, and I forget what the Russians gave me. It was just like, what the hell's going on here, boys and girls? I don't know. First of all, I don't know what to do with these credit cards. Second of all, what the hell, you know, is this about? You know, I was like, no. I just went and hit delete on a couple of these things. You know what I mean? It's like it's not what you need to be having kids and children doing. And the other thing I got rid of was stuff on explosives in the file base, because I knew that eventually somebody would download some of this shit and then somebody would get hurt and killed. And sure enough, at another website, they went and downloaded the exact same files and blew themselves up in a garage. Thus, that was the end of anybody saying that they should, you know, I should put them back up because of censorship or some shit. No. You don't want young children playing with things that even adults shouldn't even play with. It's dangerous, man. Explosives are always dangerous. I know. I was in a mortar platoon. That was our job, to blow shit up. And yeah, it was a special unit because it was the first unit in '89 that had females in it. So yeah, we had to, where the usual person in the military had to get 60%, we had to get 85% on everything we did. Where is that guy? Jeez, these guys are far away. Anyway. So you go into creative mode here and you can have a bit of fun and wow, look at all my weapons. See in the orange there? They go to red, they overheat for a while. I gotta slow down here. Where is this guy? Okay. Yep, now I'm all overheated. This thing will destroy anything in 2 shots. I have the only thing I can't do is probably a station. There we go. Yeah, baby. And what are those little blue things that are firing? Let's have a look. That would be these things. Triple railgun turrets. My shields have, let's see here, 3.7 million shielding. I have 1.9 million hull, right? At the moment, I have 119 fighters. I can have 958 size 1. So if you divide that by 8 bigger fighters, right? Let's see, I can reach 52 sectors, right? Let's see here. I haven't gone full out the speed of this sucker yet. This thing is 2 kilometers long, 1 kilometer wide, and half a kilometer in height. Whee! It's big, Mom. Oh, and you want to see how the fighters look? Okay. So let's just launch some fighters. There they go. And you'll see them when they buzz around me. Right. There they are. It's hard to see at this distance. Like, I go up in resolution, I'd be able to see them better. See, there's little Cylon fighters, man. That is just so trippy. I love that. And you go like that, and you can tell where they all are, right? And then you hit the return key, right? Like, $20 for this game, right? I mean, you could be amused forever. And when you look at the size of this galaxy, it's just, right? Oh. And in creative mode, you don't have to worry about how there's barriers to you going and getting loot. The biggest problem you have at the beginning of the creative mode is getting your crew, because the add crew commands doesn't work. You'd need to go get a mod and put the mod in, and then it's not add crew, it's slash crew, and then you would type add and then the type of crew and blah 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 blah. I've used that mod before. But anyway, and that's just to show this is a developer who's taken 7 years to get this game to this far. He's waited so long that I could show you guys a dude's stream where he took the Unreal Engine 4.24 and 4.25 and did planets. He did atmospheres, he did water on the planets, and you could zoom out and up and all this stuff, but you need Windows 10 for it. So I can't replicate his experiments, right? I don't have Windows 10, and I'm probably migrating to Linux, right? I can get Blender on Linux, I can get Unreal on Linux. However, the newest Unreal things are all Windows 10. So they're going to be splitting their user base for the types of things that you want to be able to do, right? Android Linux is 75% of the entire world's internet right now, okay? You want to make a mobile game, you want to do an app or software or anything, you're doing it in Android Linux. You're not doing it, you're not going to be stupid and overpriced, sell the overpriced Mac users on those iPhones. You're not going to be making that money forever. Okay, Apple makes its money from the Macintosh, the PC version thing, okay? And yes, the iPhone and iPad, but it's losing market share all the time. It's not gaining. And yeah, the Chinese have their version of that Android Linux, which is part of that 75%, and that will only grow too, right? That's the whole part of, you know, what's going on with things. Like I like to keep people informed. I like to be informed myself. Like who likes to sit there feeling like they're stupid? I don't, you know. And the other thing I was thinking about, I was trying to think of reasons why that model guy is such an asshat, right? And I think it's because I showed up at a time when he was doing his little silly model things, right? And I was showing people how to do stuff for free and legal, right? Meanwhile, he's trying to peddle selling, you know, 3D models and different stuff like that he would create for people and sell them, right? I think maybe he lost business or something like that, or people just, you know, I can go get a 3D print from some website and go with that, right? I could make STL files. I could create an Unreal widget and export the models from Unreal Engine. Because I did that in Unreal Engine, it's technically under their rules, and start selling 3D printed models of these things, these Paragon characters and other things. And when I make $3,000 in any quarter, I then go and give 5% to Epic. I mean, that would put these people right out of business, right? You know. mean, there's a lot of smart ways you could be doing business with the Unreal Engine, guys. And I mean, that's why I sat here all last year taking flack from a lot of people about, oh, Epic's a store exclusivity and blah, blah, blah. Well, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't do nothing about it. You might as well embrace it and at least do something and make a buck from it, right? And then I find out that 99% of the people that were mouthing me off about that were trolls. They were either look at that. That's quick speed. They were the kinds of people that were wrong place. Going to this thing. They were the kinds of people that were no, I'm not going there. I'm going to the equipment dock. Wrong pink thing. There we go. This one. Anyway, the you would click on their name and go to channel, and they'd have one sub, and or if they had some subs, they hadn't posted in 4 or 5 years. I'm like, what's this telling me? Right? This guy's a bot. That guy's a bot. This guy's a bot, and they're just sitting there giving somebody users, right? And then they just log in and mouth people off, right? It's easy to figure this shit out once you know how it all works and stuff. Okay, can I just edge up, edge up, edge up, edge up? Am I gonna bounce into? Where is that? Other side? Is it this side or that side? I can't see which side that's on. Oh, it is on this side. Okay, we're gonna do something funky here. Let's see. Can I move? Oh, it will move over. I got some nice jets in this sucker. Okay, we're gonna do this. All right, up. Aha! Parking. Aisle 4. There we go. Learn how to drive with Kronos. Yeah, I was driving my Battlestar Galactica the other day, and I bumped into a boulder. Boulders in space. See, I don't need drugs, eh? I'm permanently whacked. What did one guy call me? He says, I was talking to him in a chat one time. He says, oh, you're crazy. I says, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm just whacked. That's why the one time I went to a psychiatrist, he kicked me out of the office in 5 minutes and said, there ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. He says, you had a lack of sleep? People are making noise? Move. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was too tired to figure that out. He started shaking his head. Yeah, you know, it's like, because sleep deprivation will make you do insane things, boys and girls. That's why you gotta fight for just a little peace and quiet now and then. It's not a bad thing. It's okay to act up and be a little foolish now and then. It doesn't hurt nobody, you know, as long as and that's the key. As long as you're not hurting yourself or nobody, then it's fine. You know, no one ever wants to see you hurt yourself. Believe it or not, that's the case. Meanwhile, we're just doing around in a little circle here, doing upgrades. I gotta get a better hyperspace generator thingy. This thing takes too long to go in between circles. It can turn like a dime though. Look at this shit, eh? Woo! Goes up and down pretty good too. Well, kinda. So there's a weakness, the up and down part. Needs better braking system, eh? I got 50 fighters on this ship right now, eh? Cylon fighters. That's funny. This is the evil Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Baby Vader snuck on board. He's taking over sea. Okay, where is that place? Where'd it go? There it is. Anyway. Yep. So one thing I'll do probably tomorrow sometime is fix this stupid Quixel bridge thing so I can get at the free textures. There's 10 terabytes of textures at this place that's free for Unreal users. 10 terabytes. Okay? Wrap your brains around that. Take 10, go ahead and start downloading 10 terabytes of images, people. Go for it. Because that's the way it's set up in the Unreal Engine right now, is that you have to download a pack, which might be like 30 gigabytes, just to get one item out of it that might be like 5 meg. You wonder why development kind of slowed down here, right? It's just sort of a... I got aggravated and said to hell with it for a little while. I'm not being paid by anybody. I do what the hell I want. That's the way it is. Now, my buddy Jim Kruby there, Unreal Engine messaged him the other day about a grant for his Blender plugin, which will allow people to do rigging. Now, if the people, I told them, I says, one of the ways that you could really make sure that they give you that grant is let's get into doing this little cinematic thing here after you're done your little bow thing, and let's get that going, you know. Use your tool to do the rigging, and then they'll say, hey, this increases productivity, it increases the, blah 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 blah, and it's something that's cool for both Blender and Unreal. Alright? And when you show stuff like, if you show uses for it, it's hard for them to ignore it then, right? Suddenly a lot of people will be using it, they'll be, oh my god, how am I gonna freaking well park into this shit? Mom, I think I'm gonna go over this way. I see some of these little dots coming in there, that's the angle for big ships. So we're just gonna go over this way. Yep. Up. 0.6, 0.4. There we go. Dock. I gotta get one of those tools on there that I can dock further away. This is just getting dangerous. This is what I'm after to update. Okay, just so you guys know. I was after turrets, but I got a billion of them now. There we go. And you'll see why in a minute once I get this going here. We got anything else we want there? No. Up. And there's only one in there. Okay, so get rid of these. What's this? Armed. What's the armed at? Okay. Shielding, yes. Have my shield so bloody powerful nothing will ever get through them. Armed. So you only got 3 of these. You can do it with 3, but the odds of you getting an upgrade are less. You add 4, you get a little better chance, and if you go with 5, it's guaranteed. And that's like why they got 5 slots here. And you want to try and have them the same, like all rail guns, right? You'll see me just going, I just want to get rid of crap, and I'll just start doing this because I don't care. But you'll notice I'm skipping all the good weapons, because later on we go to upgrading. It's like just doing this. Now plasma, I like plasma. Plasma's cool. Did I put a plasma in there? No, good. Plasma's cool. I like plasma guns. Plasma. Chain guns. Point defense. Double laser. No laser. That's guaranteed that one thing will upgrade. Anyway, that's how that works. Let's see here. I should do a tutorial on how to make a round circle, considering all you can do in this game is triangles. It's kind of a tricky thing that makes it look that way. Oh. Subspace signals, that means something's coming. Better hurry. Yeah. Yep. Well, if I'm up later tonight, I'll drop by your stream too, E. Just sort of, or at least go see a video or something. See what you guys are up to. It's like I said, you know, one of the things about this little project I had going was to get somebody that was artistic involved, where you could have thumbnails that they could maybe draw, and they would get one video of these things put on their website, or you know, they could do some sketches that we could use to, you know, make a scene from, and stuff like that, because this Quixel stuff allows me to do that. I could take an image, put it inside Unreal, and then sit there and look at it and try and make it look like how the artist drew something. Okay, this is all part of the you know, the idea of making a little indie thing that you never know where this goes, right? I don't think off the hop about making money, right? I think about making stuff that's fun and that I like doing, right? That's why I got into that Unreal Engine stuff. It was just really easy to start learning stuff and having results, right? Started getting a little frustrated there in the last update cycle right around Christmas, but they've sorted it out. So, like here, triple railgun. We'll upgrade this sucker. Right? Now it's a green one, and it does more damage. This is what I'm talking about. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Thump. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Better cannon, too. We even got rocket launchers in this thing. This is crazy, man. You got missiles firing everywhere. You got... There's got to be limits to it, of course, somewhere. Is there another railgun somewhere? What's this? Coaxial cannon. That's crazy. Oh, there's one. Okay. That puts 3 up there. Okay. So then you go back up here. Get rid of that. That. Take the chance. Yep, got it. Good. Let's see. That. Make a fly up here. Where's all the junk? Pulse cannons are good. Leave them. First turrets are garbage. Get rid of the garbage. I'm gonna have a lot of garbage things that are updated. Not worrying about mining. Now, whole whack load of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double cannon. Yay. Okay, we'll do some of these rocket launchers. Other reason I'm doing this is it takes time for these things to refresh their little areas. So it's kind of a good idea to take some time doing stuff like this. And cleaning up your inventory is also good for what do you call it? Optimizing your gameplay. Because, okay, we go out, we go down here, and then I gotta cycle out past these rocks to get up around these guys, or I'm gonna not be able to do it. Come on. Where are you? Up there. Okay. Come on, get over there. Boy, they're attacking that equipment dock, eh? How dare you? That lightning stuff hits my shields hard. Just so you know. I'm not shooting the wrong guy. That might help. You're dead as soon as it's my weapon. There we go. Done. You're next. And I'm overheated. Go ahead. Take a shot. Take your best shot. 2 little green things fell off in there. See that? You go over and you pick them up. You'll see on the right here. I like new turret times 2. I just rear-ended him. It's funny. You're dead. Now we'll go pick up the one at the bottom here. And scroll up. There we go. Up, 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 up. There we go. Get the orange one. Thank you. Salesman's trading system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You don't even need to be like, you could play like a trader in this game too, eh? Just running back and forth between systems, selling things. Let's see here. But anyway, that is that. So we'll just trip over to here, go to the equipment dock, and then I'll go to the research lab there. Because we have hyperspace is done. And this is not the biggest ship in the game either. I might try and load it tomorrow. Okay, the one that I made. that kind of, if I made it any bigger, it breaks the game. You know me, hey everybody, I like to try things out, eh? You know, you gotta test the limits, right? You know. And be like this: take 2 of these ships as the back parts of your ship, and put a giant ship in the middle. That was what I did, and then I had to piece it all together and merge blocks, because by merging a block, it makes it easier for the game to run. That's just a little tip. So if you got 3 blocks that are the same, merge them, and then you have one big block, right? It makes it easier for the game to figure out what it's doing. Oh, and I did this wrong. I gotta do one of these. Woo-hoo! There we go. Yep. And everybody go check out Ortiz's channel too. He's one of the better peoples I met along the year. Me and him have known each other for a while, and there's a lot of drama around the old circle that we used to both hang around with there. And I think we just kind of grew out of the silliness of a lot of stuff there, and little by little you just kind of you fall into places where you feel like you fit better, you know, and you don't have this, you know, whatever, you know, like it all comes down to eventually you got to realize there's just some people you can't help, right? If they're that badly brainwashed and whatever else, you just have to move on, because you can't harm yourself in trying to help people. Okay, that just doesn't work. And where's the darn oh, is this one of those yeah. Oh, this one isn't so bad. Okay. Go, go, go! Acceleration is not part of this thing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look, he's parking right where I need to go. What am I going to do here? Let's see here. We'll flip this way. There we go. Do it this way. I'm going to hit the side of that, aren't I? There we go. This thing is just so big to dock. It's just nuts. Oh, didn't get any of that there, yeah. Getting down here. shields. No, I'm not doing that. These look like suitcases. It's weird. Still at 3 there. We got 3 there. We got 4 here. There we go. And we got 5 of these. 6 of them. That's good enough for there. Got 3 up here now. Let's see if we get it. Yep, nice. Okay, I'm going to pop into the chat, and I'm going to, you know, Willie, I keep forgetting to go over and check out your stream, you know that? This is a guy that always comes by, you know, to say hi to me. And you know what? If you're out there and you're looking at this stream, give him a little love, because, geez, it's hard to find loyalty nowadays, you know? And that's the thing, you know? And he makes this stream, like the wrestling game is actually pretty neat. It looks pretty damn realistic, which is, you know, I remember when I was a teenager watching the wrestling matches, and then I see this video game, I'm going, whoa, we don't need to go to the big theaters and everything now and see all this stuff, right? You can play the video game. You know, watch Willie play it. You know? So give me a second here. I'm just going to go take a quick washing break, and I'll be right back. Gotta stand up once an hour. Hour and a half. Okay, now we're back. Headphones back on. Probably being attacked by something, of course. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay. So far, so good. I gotta keep practicing it. Retargeting ships into the Unreal Engine. It's a little bit more tricky than regular things, because you have different bone structures for the models, as they call them. Okay. Anyway, and yeah, it was nice to see you there, Ortiz. glad you dropped by. Like I said, don't worry, you're on the good side of things. It's just sort of a... I really don't care about the rest of it. I was over that a week ago, and it just happened that one of the guys who regularly drops into that stream that it acts like model, sounds like him, kind of started playing a video game with a friend of mine and just going political on shit. And it just, the only reason he's doing that is because he knows I'm out there, right? And I'm like, all right. It's just as easy for me to say, well, next person, you know, to help out. It's no biggie off my, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I don't get upset like I used to. 20 years ago, I'd have went postal about it. It's a good thing I grew up. Kinda. I'm just a big kid now. I'm just a big kid now. Do 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 do. I think I was already here, wasn't I? Yeah, I think I was. We'll see here. Can I go underneath that? Yeah. Okay, dock. Let's see if there's... I think I already was here. Yep. What's this? Distress signal. After this, we'll go over the distress signal. Well, at least he's got the animation at least going for that hyperspace jump where it looks like a silhouette of your ship. Kind of looks like the Niagara particles of the Unreal Engine, to tell you the truth. And I'll show you what I'm talking about later. I'll go and do up that little thing a guy did and show you. And then you'll begin to think about what I'm doing with an introduction to my channel where I'm going real high tech. There'll be very few people who are doing what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Always do something different. Or at least try. And how's Willie doing? You doing good, man? Yeah, it's good. Gotta help us fellow. We gotta help each other out, us fellow Canadians, eh? Yep. That's why I gotta get a hold of this guy and just sort of let him know that it could be, and I could be wrong about all this too, right? It could just be that he happened to be playing with somebody who sounds like that guy, that it just happens that something like that went down, right? Well, there's circumstances that are just too close to call. Anyway, I'm not worried about it. Ooh, that's nice weaponry there. Expensive. Good thing I have unlimited money. Okay, let's go to that distress call when we get the hyperspace chance. 80 seconds. Wow. So 3 people that were subbed to me got what do you call it, monetized this week, and my goal is to make sure that every single person who subscribes to me eventually gets monetized. Yeah. And I'm not asking for anything back for that. I just, because I can, and because I think that some of the people that subscribe to me are decent people. Right? Not all of them. There's a couple bad actors that, you know, you can't have. You can block people, but anyway, I don't do that very much on YouTube. I think I've only blocked one user on the entire YouTube thing. I mean, you know, the first video I upload. No, I think I unblocked them. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I guess you see, the thing is, YouTube, you gotta all realize is YouTube actually is listening and reading everything that's said and written. Okay. So when somebody does something silly like threaten somebody, you screwed yourself. You don't have to do nothing. It's like when somebody tried to attack me at the corner here, all right, and they got pissed off because they tried to set me up, and when I discovered they were doing it, you know, they were trying to hack my PC. I hacked them back. So I compromised all their phones and sent them a little message about it. This guy tries to take a run at me from behind, like a coward, not realizing that his group of friends standing over there, 2 undercover cops, were watching these clowns because of the stupidity that they're up to. And they're all heat score idiots. So he tries to take a swing at me, and then the cops just go and arrest him. And this is where I got a hold of a buddy of mine. He says, well, did you go back down there? I says, yeah, I went back down there the next day. And he's standing there with 3 of his friends there, and he's facing me, and I'm like, you want to come at me from the front now? Try it. You won't. Chicken. Right? So then my buddy goes down there with his car and a shotgun and says, don't mess with this boy. And I don't do anything. What did I do? Right? Nothing. Not a damn thing. This is all because of the former roommate that I had that was a clown. Right? Freaking clown. Everybody doesn't like him. You know, like, he's got nowhere to live. He got nowhere to live. No one wants him to live with him. I mean, you have that many bugs on your bed, no one wants you anywhere within 500 feet of them. I don't know why they even still allow that into the building here. If I had a rocket launcher. Oh, wait, I do in the game. Damn, it's only a virtual one. Anyway. Well, here we go, boys and girls. It's a fight. One down. This is going to be a hurt one. Come on, get moving. There we go. There's another one down. Get moving. Another one down. Sucking power out of me, eh? I see that. Down. This guy's hitting me from up here, eh? There we go. Another one down. Go get those. Do, 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 do. And I haven't even unleashed my fighters yet, just because I know these guys aren't much of a threat. He's done. That's it. Oh, that's all? Oh, wait. The torpedoes are left, eh? Oh, this guy up here. Hiding up there, are you? Nah. I might replace all these big guns with those rail guns, because they seem to be the thing that seems to be working best. That's it for loot. Alright. Now let's head back over here. Figured I should go to that distress signal earlier than later, and it turns out they're trying to jump me. See what happens when you try to be bullies? Someone stands up to you and knocks your block off. That's it. Bullies bad. Gambling bad. There's a lot of bad. Smoke break. God, that was so good. I should go back to that one sector. It was just invade their sector and take out a couple of their things and see. You can get an item here that calls reinforcements. So then when I jump in there, I can call up a bunch of guys and they'll come flooding in too, and then unleash my fighters and then have everybody just wreck them. However, I think we'll do that offline just due to you know, constraints of my PC. Although I gotta say, it's a lot more stable today. It was acting up a little bit the last couple of days, and then, you know, I don't know whether it's Discord. Discord sometimes acts up with some video games. Yeah. And just remember, everybody, anything I've ever said is just my opinion. You know, don't take it to heart. If it's about you or something else and you disagree with it, you know, that's your right to disagree. It's called free speech, and I'm all for it. Okay. However, facts are facts, and it's hard to argue them. Okay. The Earth is not flat. Okay, that's a fact. You know, these are just some things. Okay, you can prove this. You can go outside. You can take a piece of wood and slam it into the ground, and as long as it's sticking straight up, you can do the math and figure it out. It's neat how life works. And I see YouTube is still messing more and more with ad blocking, right? I noticed that, right? They're making ads that you can't block anymore. So immediately when I see an ad, I go away from someone's page. I just do. I'll hit refresh and the ad goes away. Just a little tip. So if you don't want to watch bullshit, you know, the reason everyone came to YouTube and does things like YouTube is because we don't want cable freaking TV. All right, we don't want an ad every 3 minutes and something. Even an ad every 15 minutes is annoying as shit. especially when it comes to music. Because if you do have the ad blocker on, what they do, okay, is they don't just then restart what you were, whatever. They ask you if you want to resume. So if you're sitting there enjoying your day, listening to some tunage, you can't do that. You're better off going to some pirate site, downloading these people's bloody music, and then you don't have to deal with this shit. And if you're offline, how are they going to tell what you did? Meh. You be smart and have done everything in the 90s like the rest of us. You'd been all right. Anyway. Very rare to meet a musician who actually likes to create art, not money. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem when you have an industry that's so cuddled and cocked and looked after by the world, right? It no longer has to work. Just get online, get a guitar, do something stupid, have to say, I'm a musician. Make money. And, you know, a good decision in law recently that came out of the Chinese government, of all places, was that artificial intelligence cannot be an IP holder. And I totally agree with that, because what could happen is you could set up, these rich corporations could set up these mega computers and just create everything. And you would never be able to make a buck. It would just totally screw humankind. Okay? Like, that's the end game of copyright right there, right? That's the wet dream of Warner Brothers and Sony and all these other big places, to just be able to create everything and hold everything and control everything. Right? Hell, I bet you some of these companies, big companies, they invest in toilet paper. We should be looking at who owns toilet paper companies, right? I mean, how can you not go without toilet paper, right? Who's in charge of that, right? You want a conspiracy theory, look at that kind of stuff, right? Toothbrushes, toilet paper, stuff like that. Who owns those companies? Because they ain't never going out of business. Yeah, eh? I have fun with people that are conspiracy nuts too. That's why I posted on Twitter a picture from one of the news websites showing some guy probably in an ape suit walking along in the forest. Right? Was it Bigfoot? Yeah, that's it. I mean, I could do some funky stuff with imagery, and they can't tell anymore, right? They can't tell if it's fake anymore, right? It would have to go to an NSA lab and spend ungodly amounts of money to figure it out. And if you did it right, they may never. Num 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 num. No, I'm not at the bottom yet. Oh wait, three of these, and one of those. Take that. Move up one. There we go. Still nothing, eh? Jeez, these hyperspace things was rare. Whoops. I screwed that up, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. There we go. Chalk one up for paying attention, Ma. on. Getting there. You would think. Jeez, a lot of these stupid repair turrets, eh? Not bad. Let's see what else we got here. Railguns. Look at that railgun. That's a nasty railgun. We'll leave that alone. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Another cannon around here somewhere. Bet we do. There it is. Ooh. Now, we'll leave the rest of that alone. Let's go up here and check this stuff out. There's that honking crazy, those crazy cannons I have. Time until overheated, 1 second. Yeah, that's useful, isn't it? Quad can't, well, that's not so bad, but it fires, it doesn't fire quick enough. Okay, that's another one. That's another one. That's another one. Well, look at that one. 45 grand. 45 grand. Crazy size stuff. Put that in there. Watch. It would give me something to do with that. Watch. No, it didn't. Oh, 54 grand. Double cannon. Let me see. Fire rate of 3. Continuous shots. 6. Cooling time. 26 seconds. Ooh. Size 2. Oh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mr. Cotter. Mr. Cotter. Mr. Cotter. Let's go to the front of my ship. Have a look here. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute here. Wrong thing. Well, boys. We're retiring you. Whoops. Retiring you and you, so I can do this. Where'd that cannon go? This is the sucker here, eh? Haha. I thought it said size 2. Oh, slots 4. Okay, 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 okay. So, alright. So if I take 1 off, wait a minute, we'll take that one off and put 2 more of them railguns on here. We could have fun with missiles. Whee! That's actually not bad either. Where was that other railgun that was kind of funky? Is it this one? Cooling time 14 seconds. Let's see here. We'll get something funky here. 12 seconds. 12.1, 34, 34, same thing. What's this one? What's this one? 35. And it takes 3 slots. Do I have any plasma turrets? They're not bad. Let's go up here and look for a plasma turret. No plasma turrets. I want plasma turrets. Where's my plasma turrets? There's one. Let's see if there's any more. Plasma turrets are fun. There's a triple. So damage 23, damage 34, double trinium 1, 39, damage 235. Okay, so this one's a better one. And it's slot 1. Aha! Here we go. It's a baby! Okay. Let me go over here. Unarmed turret slot. Yeah. I'm not up on that yet. Wait a minute here, something's not working right. Oh, I see what I did wrong. No, I didn't. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. One. Double plasma. 32 seconds. How come it's not working? That's now down to auto fire. Alright, now. Why are these weapons? Oh. Double plasma. Double plasma. It's weird, it's like they're not working. We'll see. I'll get over here and do a test fire. As soon as I get turned around. I don't want to aim at you until you're out of the way. There they are working. That's that little pew, 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 pew. Get out of the way. And he's done. That's it. That's that pew 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 thing. There we go. So it does work. Good. Excellent. Just needed to fire them up once. Coffee. Yum yum. So I'll go over here. We'll do another round of this upgrading stuff, and then I'll head back into the center where I was having some fun a bit. Let's turn the heat on again. Let me get these headphones off for a second here too. Okay, and we're back on with the headphones. Now, let's get out of an asteroid field without hitting things. Alright, now where can I go up here? I'll go up here because it's kind of up that way. I want to go anyway, right? Actually, you know what? Let's go there instead. An unexplored system. Here we go. Whee! And all these little dots over here. Let it do a scan. Come on, scan. And doesn't get out that far. However, we'll go here. In the meantime, let's see how fast this sucker can go. In meters per second. 2,000. 3,000. 4,000. 5,000. 6,000. 6,500 meters per second. Let's see, what's that worth in math? Nope. Let's see, 6,500. Oh, they do that so you can't write on it. That's stupid. Give me this. $6,500. No, that's 60. 30 is 390,000. So I take that out. So 390 kilometers. Okay, that's per second per minute. 0 times 6 is 54, 23. About 23,400 kilometers per hour. Kilometers, okay? Like 0.6 would be about 13,000 miles. Or something like that. Feels faster. No, wait, I got that wrong. No. Yeah. Kilometers. So, what did I say there for distance? 23,400 kilometers per hour. It doesn't seem that fast. No, I got something wrong here. Okay, if you're doing I'll figure it out later. Anyway. Whee! Back to civilization. Heading to the core again. Except with a much bigger ship. used to be in the game, you had these rockets that were would auto target, so that the rockets would follow people a little, and you had the best versions were auto targeted ones. Oh my lord, look at this. It shook me there. Didn't know where to put me for a bit. And do we have an equipment dock in here? No, we don't. Where's the nearest equipment dock? Down here. Alright, well, maybe I should take a gate to the southwest. That's the north. Okay. This gate over here then. Oh, look at that, it's right there. Southeast. No, that's the wrong gate. Where's the other one? There it is. Yeah, sure. Put it right between asteroids. No problem. I'm not worried about flying through asteroids. It's just a video game. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, there it is right there too. Nice. Middle mouse button to click on your select on your mouse pad, and you just kind of glide in and then point up, and you'll see the distance slowly go away until you can do that. That's how you drive big ships. Big ships are a pain. Usually they're less maneuverable than this one too. Oh, look at this. I can't get that. Damn. Damn. Now we're getting Oganite stuff, eh? Alright. This is nice. I'll take that. Let's actually go back to here. See if we can find some more of these equipment docks. There we are. "25 seconds till hyperspace jump. Please place your seatbelts on and sit in the upright position. We will be traveling to a new sector of space owned by the UFT. Oh no, I should say the Hayes, and be leaving Station UFT momentarily. And jump. Don't panic. We will come back to reality momentarily as soon as this game decides to load. Oh, nothing around? Quick. Go grab it. Okay. Space is big. Unimaginably big. Meanwhile, at the back of this bus are a series of large engines, which we consider you not to go near. We have currently 5 bays of squadrons of fighters. 4 of them are Cylon fighters, and one of them is I forget what the other kind was. Let's have a look. We have this ship here. Oh yes, some TIE bombers. We should make more. Dun, 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 dun. Oh wait, gotta keep that on. Turn that one off. Will it make more? Yep, there they're doing it. Name of my ship, screw it. That's funny. Kept the name from the old ship. This is a honkin' space fortress, this is. I haven't even got all the weaponry I want on it yet. Probably by midweek I'll have most of this ship upgraded to where it's close to maximized. And then what I might do is look up online where I'm supposed to go to get all the story missions done and just go do it and then get all these extra weapon slots, so I'll be just so OP it's not even, it's just silliness. It's like I could get like 100 mining fighters and have them all attack a ship probably, and the 100 of them would probably do them in. That's funny. Radio test, can you hear me? Frank? Hello? Frank? Oh, sorry, Frank's not in. Sorry, Dave. Can't do that. Nope. 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 Nope, 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 nope. 2 seconds until we have hyperspace capability. Enjoy the ride. And what have we in this system? Not much. We'll go over to this system. Whoa, man. Now you know why I wanted hyperspace upgrades. And they actually nerfed the hyperspace things. They made them worse, so that you can only get a maximum of them. I'm like, I made a post that says, how to annoy your user base the most. Slow everybody down. That's it, go away. Never come back to see if anyone replies. It's like the perfect troll comment, you know. La 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 la, how is the neighborhood, eh? You know, just talking about the weather, you know. It's cloudy out, a little bit of a chance of overcast, maybe snow later on, you know. Sidewalks are slushy, so, you know, wear appropriate footwear, or, you know, when you fall down on your face, it's your fault. Yep. Meanwhile, back on the beach. I think you'll want to have another little video game in the middle of this one, you know, while you're waiting for this shit. I played this for 5 hours before I even went online with this, just so I could have enough upgrades so that it wasn't 6 minutes in between each jump. Yeah, thanks for the nerf there, Kunchi. Yeah, good one. Smart ass. Yep. You know what I get the feeling like? Back in 2014 when he had this game, loot boxes were starting to come in. Imagine a game like this where all this equipment was hidden behind loot boxes and things. Would have been a good monetized little bit, wouldn't it? Yeah. Then the controversies over loot boxes pretty much screwed all that pooch, eh? Yep. I mean, what was the last free thing that come out of Unreal Engine last week? Something how to monetize your games. I'm like, the game is the monetization. Stop this shit. I don't want to see anything in my... If I were running a game company, I wouldn't want any of that crap in it. None of it. Okay? Here's a game. Buy it. I'll include an ability for you to run a server so you and your friends can get together and have fun. Go to Discord and deal with it. Right? Then I don't have to sit there and worry about security. I don't have to worry about servers. And, you know, I can get all the money together and start making another video game. Ugh. It's real hard. It's real hard. And if more of that was done, there'd be less free to play games because people would get value out of their video games. That's right. Move. Go. I'm a pack lead. Things that make it go. I love that episode. So what do you guys do here in space? Oh, we acquire things that make it go. Yeah, yeah. And the way they were talking was like they were like mentally challenged. Meanwhile, they were really smart. It's just that the way that they sounded talking our language sounded silly, and that's the key there, eh? Like I had all my teeth taken out there because of some poison in my teeth, right? I almost died because of that. Anyway, long story short, sometimes when I'm speaking, it kind of comes out weird. I gotta struggle a little bit to get some words out. Wow, nothing in this system. You know what I'm gonna do to that rock? That's right. Because you know what? I can be guaranteed by the time I get to this system, my weapons will all be cooled. Hyperspace right through that rock. What would be cool when you do that is if it melts those rocks into pieces into vapor. Just disintegrates a hole right through that. Spinny winny. Anybody hear us? We've been ambushed by pirates. Our position is 117.45. Help. By the time I get there, you're dead. So, sorry. That's the problem with hyperspace jumps. They take forever. So I'm half the maximum speed to get the 12,000 meters per second speed. So I'd have to add more engines. So what I could do, copy these engines, eh? Like look at that big ass engine in the back. We could change that to Avorion and it would go faster maybe. Or maybe Trinium. Yep. This is what you do to your users when you make them wait this long. Yep. Oh, I need some upgrades. The grind is real. You should cut the stream out and say, you know what? Next hyperspace jump, I'm gonna go down to the corner and get a coffee and come back and see if I'm ready for the next hyperspace jump. And I'll say this. The update where they said that they made it so that when you hyperspace jump in an empty sector and it's 30 seconds for a jump, they lied. It doesn't work. It's bugged. Tried it. It was just in one and I still had to sit here around and wait. And I have mods on there, so if I didn't take the mods off, it would have been the 5-minute freaking wait. 6 minutes, whatever, you know. Wah, go crazy. What you need is to have a second PC to the left of you, eh? So you can look at your Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I didn't say it. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Let me get my crosshairs in there. Woohoo! Give me something to do in this sector, please. Give me something to do. Can I have something to do? I haven't found any equipment docks worth shit in these places, except for that one. There's one. Yay! Alright, let's add a note. EQ. Is there oh, there's no research lab here. Okay, good. Yeah, better slow down. It's always a good way to stop. Start spinning. Spin to win. I haven't played Diablo 3 in a while. Should get back into that too. So many games. So many games. Yeah. They all do something, one or two things I like, but nothing ever has it all. Lots of turrets. Ooh. Ooh, I wanted that. Ma. Well. Alright, where's this place? Please stand by. Jump route is calculated. 70 seconds until jump. If you are bored, you may look out the window at nothing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, space is big. Yes, it's bigger than my mom's butt. Honest. Yeah. I got a hold of my mom there, and I was talking to her after years of not talking to her because she's a wingnut, crazy person. Apparently she got some help and now is not crazy, but they did something to her where she doesn't remember nothing from the past, or she's blocked it out or whatever. So maybe it's best you leave her alone. I don't know. Yeah, me and my brother, we were bad kids though. We acted up a bit, but I don't know. You gotta be in one of them biker families to understand what that's all about. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad how people have mental disabilities and you can't help them, or science can't help them. It's just sad. However, we can give them some neat video games and let them enjoy themselves. That's my attitude about it all. Yeah. That's right, people. We're getting some good stuff here all of a sudden. Go, go, go! Not all about to it. And the docking is to your front. You want to see me hit a space station? I are immune. I can't see how close this thing is to me either, eh? It's because the numbers are all whacked together because of the two things. Oh, one of them says dock. I guess that's how you tell is when it goes green. Still no hyperspace jumpies. And there's a research lab in here. Okay. Well, how about that, eh, boys and girls? We're learning to fly. Stop. The planet core. Nope. That in there. And whoops. We got 3. Why not? Let's try it. Didn't think so. And I had an extra one. Shit. No, that's the one there. Never mind. I got 3 here. Why not? Let's try it too. There we go. We got lucky. Yay, that's what I mean. Look at all kinds of these briefcase things. Do we get lucky? Yeah. Right arm. There's only 3, so we'll leave that. But anyway. Getting there. That's what I'm saying. You always run a risk. Get that out of there. Stupid thing. There. Okay. Let's just filter up. I don't think we got much up here we can do yet. I guess I could do something like this. Capacity. Yeah, if any of you ever get this game and you want to have some multiplayer stuff, just leave me a comment, when the stream's over or something, and then I'll get back to you and we'll figure something out. Can always jump on someone else's server and just kind of do some stuff on it, you know. Have some fun. I tried that today on their main server, and he doesn't like me. Gotta hate it when you speak that truth, eh? Let's see, we go back over here now. Now I got 3 of them. Yeah. Apparently it's a bigger game in Europe than it is over here in North America, so. Which is different. Okay, how we doing on stream time here? Just sort of keep an eye on that. You don't want to go too much longer than I am now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Willie's, you're one of the better people that always does kind of, do that. And I do that a little bit too, right? It's just I've got such a big list of people that I sub to. And not all of them are gamers, right? And it's just because contacts and other stuff too, right? Seeing what this person's up to and all that stuff. You could start to get busy the bigger you get, and I noticed that a lot of the streamers, the bigger they get, they just stop doing this kind of thing where we all interact and they just do their own thing. And I want to try and find a way that we can keep that going, forever, right? I don't know. Sometimes it gets hard because what'll end up happening is eventually there'll be just a bunch of stupid people that try to come in and ruin things too. And it's good to have newer rules that can put the foot down on stuff like that, which is, as much as I say I don't like censorship and other things, there's a group of people that I think deserve it, because if we didn't have these rules, they would be seriously bad actors, right? And you know who they are, right? We all know. We've all encountered them. I was, sometimes in life, I've been a bad actor too, so I'm not perfect, right? It's one of those things where, listen, I know how to do it. I know, and I know how to do it hard. You get to that age though, and all that's just that's kiddie, high schooly, silly stuff, and right? Like, it'll be interesting when I talk to this other guy about that other his stream last night, because he wants to get a hold of me to do stuff, right, where he can't do it on a console, right? And I would be happy to do it, for anybody on a console, anything I can help you with. Big thing is you're as guilty as who you hang around with, they say, right? So if I start associating with somebody who's in a circle of people that I don't want to be affiliated with, right, then it rubs off. Like I said, 81% of my traffic is non-American. Who do you think I should be pandering to? Americans? Not really. And there are good Americans, don't get me wrong. This is the problem, is always a small group in every bunch that ruins it for some people, right? This has been sort of a silly stream for me. I just went a little too drama about, but I like to do that, get it out of the way so I can just be silly and stupid like it was the other day and just having fun. Like, I'm beginning to get a bunch of ideas of games together where I would take bits and pieces of how I would play the game and then bring it into a story, right? And it would just be I don't know what you would call that. How would you take bits and pieces of games you play, put them in with something that you make, say, in an Unreal Engine, and do all that stuff too, cinematically, And what would you call that, right? I don't know, because I don't even know whether you'd legally be able to do it. It's it's technically a gray area for us gamers, right? Like we're they're allowing it because we're technically like advertisement for them, right? In that sense, that's how it works. That's why you see a lot of ass kissers that play video games get far, right? Anyway, anyhow, that's 3 hours for a stream, and I am gonna come by your channel and watch a bunch tonight. What's today? Yeah, it's Sunday. It's kind of one of those days where everything's a little bit dead in the world. And everybody's just kind of relaxing, just doing things. It's laundry day kind of deal. you know, Everybody's doing their thing to get ready for Mondays. No, every day isn't a Monday. Just tomorrow is. That's right. Okay, guys. I will see you tomorrow, and be safe, and don't let people bug you. It's just if you don't agree with them, just say pfft, and go the other way. It'll always work out better that way. All right. Anyway, see you guys later.